Hello everyone. With the last week in week 13, we did a lesson on sounds, about animal sounds. Now week 14, we're going to continue with the animal sounds, but then also do daily sounds as well. So I want to reinforce and reactivate their understanding and see what they remember of the animal sound or farm animal sounds. So first of all, the first thing that they'll do when they line up, they will hear the song we did last week, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, E-I-E-I-O. Hopefully that'll help them to remember. And then I will, as they sit down, when they're sat down, I will do some TPR, some role playing. I always like to use facial expressions and body language is very important, especially with ability in English is a little bit lower. So I like to encourage the kids to use their hands, use their body language if they don't know how to say it in English or they're struggling to think of it even in Chinese. So I will go like this, and hopefully they say duck or they say quack, and then I'll go like this, and hopefully they say pig or oink or anything. If they make the sound or if they tell me the name of the animal, I'm happy. That's just reactivating prior knowledge, seeing what they remember and learned last week. So we'll play it's Old MacDonald Had a Farm. I don't think we need to, you'll see it in the lesson. Then we move on to the story, right? We have story time, and it's all about the Gobble Gobble Moo tractor book, right? And we are introduced to many farm animals that make different sounds. I want them to activate or reactivate the sounds they might have learned before, right? I'm sure a lot of, from my experience of what I saw last week, was that a lot of them did know moo and ba and like these sounds that they did pick up on, and they knew them in English. And if they didn't, they of course are allowed to say it in Chinese as well. So this is just a review of what we learned last week. What sounds do they make? Of course, what is that? Hopefully they will say sheep, and then what sound does a sheep make? And hopefully they'll go ba. Right? And it kind of continues like that. What is that? Hopefully they're going to say cat. They usually would. Alright, so then this leads us to finishing off, wrapping up the animal sounds, the farm animal sounds, with a worksheet of sorts. It's kind of like my own kind of bingo, where they get to listen to the sound, and then they take their pencil, and they have to go, alright, so A, they need to line it up with what animal did they hear, right? And they need to circle the letter. So the objective of this worksheet is to find a hidden word, right? Eventually they'll put all the letters together and be able to put them in here, right? And of course I will guide them. So what are these? Animals. And then, so now we've circled all the letters, and we start from 1. Alright, so we have, what letter is that? A. What letter is that? M, I, M, A, L. Prompting them and then going, hopefully someone will tell me what word that is if they put it together. Animal, and then they will write it in there. And if some kids are finished, I have something on the back they can color. But that's mostly just if they finish before the rest of the kids, so they don't just sit around doing nothing. Alright, now we go on to daily sounds, everyday sounds. I want the kids to think about what sounds do they hear every day. We're done with the animal sounds, the farm animal sounds. What is an everyday sound, a daily sound? I want to connect it to their everyday in Taipei, in New Taipei City. What sounds do they hear? So we're going to listen to a whole lot of everyday sounds or daily sounds. And then as they hear them, hopefully they raise their hand, and then someone will say, car! And then that goes on. It's all about connecting it to their everyday life. I want them to think of sounds. Do they need to know the English? No, it would be nice if they knew door or obviously they should know how, right? Because we've already done it. But here again, what are everyday sounds? What sounds do you hear every day? I just want them to look at this and think, bird, singing, tweeting, making sounds, thinking of words, just to kind of get them ready for this game. Okay? So we end off the lesson with this game, and it's about hearing, listening to everyday sounds they will hear in their everyday life. Right? For example, ambulance or police or something, but they'll see the picture and then they'll come. Of course, we do this in groups, and it's about getting points. This is all about just a game, a fun game, just to wrap everything up and make sure that they understand. With this game, I just wanted to see what they know, because it's something they are exposed to every day, and I just want to see what they're able to remember or talk about, and whether it's in Chinese or English, both are fine. I love when the kids think, interact, raise their hand, and they say school bell or they say garbage truck instead of me telling them what it is. So that's the whole point of the lesson. It's about sounds they've learned, and then of course making those connections and thinking about everyday sounds that they now hear at school or at home on their way home. Right? And just getting them thinking about that and exposing them to that. Alright, yes, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. See you later.